If you are looking for an absolute masterclass in sweeping billionaire angst, intense arranged marriage dynamics, and a pulse-pounding, deeply emotional, groveling billionaire and shattered heiress tactical trajectory, you need to clear your calendar immediately. We are stepping directly into the ultra-exclusive, high-gear corporate empire of the Windsor family with The Unwanted Marriage, a spectacular, emotionally devastating standalone installment that firmly establishes Catharina Maura as an elite, undisputed vanguard in modern billionaire contemporary romance. Let's lay out the strategic narrative grid. If you are a fan of stories where a cold, calculation-heavy corporate kingpin must navigate a forced alliance while tracking a gorgeous, deeply vulnerable heroine who completely scrambles his clinical logic, where a brilliant woman uses immense inner strength to survive emotional isolation, and where the author utilizes an incandescent marriage of convenience to true devotion diagnostic routine to test their psychological safety buffers, this book is engineered to lock you in. Maura completely dominates the unput-downable billionaire Grovel dynamic, capturing the heart-racing emotional momentum, deep family legacies, and fierce protective devotion popularized by authors like Anna Huang, Neva Altaj, and Lauren Asher, while treating personal healing, toxic family expectations, and raw physical chemistry with exquisite care. The narrative tracking grid zeroes in on our alpha hero, Dion Windsor, a ruthless, ultra-wealthy legacy heir who operates under a strict, calculation-heavy protocol to secure his family's multi-billion-dollar enterprise. Bound by a strict family contract executed years ago, he treats his impending arranged marriage to Faye as a cold corporate merger, a necessary administrative checklist item to expand his empire. His defensive perimeters are locked down tight, his analytical focus entirely consumed by market shares, boardroom logistics, and keeping his internal vulnerabilities completely insulated from romantic anomalies or emotional distractions. The spark ignites when our beautiful, fiercely artistic heroine, Faye, breaches his active scanning perimeter. For years, Faye has been trapped under the oppressive, abusive thumb of her own family, looking at her marriage to Dion as a vital sanctuary, a chance to finally establish a stable, low-profile safety buffer away from her tormentors. She arrives ready to offer her absolute loyalty, but when Dion meets her with cold indifference, treating her like an unwanted obligation, her internal defenses shatter, launching her into a quiet, heartbreaking campaign of emotional survival. The tactical parameters instantly explode as the reality of their shared penthouse turns his structured world into a volatile psychological pressure cooker. Our cold billionaire transforms into a fiercely realistic, entirely pragmatic shield when he discovers the horrific extent of the trauma Faye's family inflicted upon him. As her psychological buffers threaten to fail completely, Dion's fiercely protective, possessive instincts engage their tracking grids, triggering an immediate system-wide mandate to protect her. Every quiet late-night interaction, every moment where he watches her pour her soul onto an art canvas, and every fiercely possessive touch chips away at his clinical defense mechanisms. What follows is an exceptional, high-stakes war of personal perspective, intense heartbreak, and master-level groveling. We watch Dion's clinical defense mechanisms completely unwrapped as he realizes he has profoundly misjudged his wife, pushing her away when she needed him most. While he deploys his massive financial power, elite legal tradecraft, and unyielding physical presence to establish an absolute security perimeter around his life, brutally dismantling the enemies who harmed her, Faye locks her heart away, forcing him to execute an exhaustive, calculation-heavy campaign to win back her trust. To survive the overarching social traps and outmaneuver the forces closing in on their legacy, our possessive king must unleash an absolute, unyielding defense of the broken woman who now holds his entire world together. It is an arranged marriage romance, billionaire corporate drama, hurt comfort suspense, forced proximity workplace fiction masterpiece that treats deep emotional logistics and raw romantic intensity with elite precision. The tension here burns with a sharp, calculation-heavy intensity. We are talking about that high-frequency, I will spend billions and tear down empires just to see you smile again energy, where a sudden confession in a quiet office corner, an unexpected confrontation at an elite high-society gala, or a heavy, possessive hand resting on a waist behind a row of flashbulbs carries massive structural weight. Maura writes with an exceptionally fresh, vivid, and beautifully blunt voice, perfectly capturing the clinical, cold hum of corporate high-rises, the oppressive atmosphere of elite family gatherings, and the distinct, subtle scent of expensive cologne, fresh paint canvas, rain on glass, and pure, unadulterated passion.
What truly elevates this milestone Windsors installment into elite territory is the author's unmatched ability to balance realistic emotional healing and gut-wrenching angst alongside breathless romantic heat and a top-tier grovel. Our hero isn't a fragile asset waiting to be rescued. Her immense psychological grit, artistic brilliance, and quiet dignity match the complexity of the billionaire world her protector dominates step for step, making her choice to finally surrender to his hard-earned redemption feel profoundly authentic and deeply gripping. The pacing moves with calculated momentum, tracking intense emotional stalemates and breathtaking physical defensive sequences before ratcheting up to an absolute, jaw-dropping final confrontation that delivers total hard-earned peace to their horizons. The Unwanted Marriage is the definitive pro-level upgrade your contemporary romance and high-stakes billionaire fiction library demands right now. It is elegant, immensely fast-paced, and utterly unputdownable. It proves that when your entire universe is managed by cold contracts and elite expectations, the most revolutionary play you can execute is to fall completely to your knees for the one who holds your heart. So, secure your personal reading sanctuary, review your emotional defensive perimeters, open your Kindle, and prepare to take the plunge.